A new flashpoint in the tense and fraying alliance between the United States and Turkey after Turkish security forces attacked protesters during President Erdogan's recent visit to Washington, D.C. Sreenivasan has our report and a warning. Images in this report may disturb some viewers.
It's been 1 month since attackers launched into protesters outside the Turkish ambassador's residence in Washington. Now, D.C. officials have issued warrants on assault charges. Police Chief Peter Newsham.
We all saw the violence that was perpetrated against peaceful demonstrators here in Washington, D.C., and it's just something we're not going to tolerate.
The demonstrators had gathered at a park shortly after Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan met with President Trump at the White House. Then, as Erdogan arrived at the ambassador's residence, trouble started. Video showed security guards and supporters teeing off on the protesters. D.C. police officers tried to separate and calm the crowd, but 9 people were hurt. 2 people were arrested that day, and 2 more were apprehended by U.S. Marshals yesterday. Now there are 12 new warrants for Turkish security officers. Most, if not all, returned home after the attack. 2 Canadians are also being sought. It's unclear why they allegedly joined the melee. Chief Newsham is calling for the suspects to surrender and not fight extradition.
If you are a law-abiding person and you feel like you did not do anything wrong, then please present yourself here to answer to these charges.
Erdogan responded to the charges and said the demonstrators were associated with Kurdish militants who've been engaged in a long insurgency against the Turkish government.
Of course we are going to fight this on legal and political grounds. What kind of law is this? If my security guards are not going to protect me, why would I bring them with me to America?
Meanwhile, Erdogan's role in all of this remains a question. After the incident, the New York Times examined the video and spotted Erdogan's head of security leaning into the president's car and then speaking into his earpiece just before 3 guards ran toward the protesters. At the time, the State Department said it communicated, quote, concerns to Turkey over the confrontation, and today said, quote, we will weigh additional actions.
President Erdogan's security team is irresponsible, unprofessional, and violent.
Stephen Cook is a senior fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations in Washington. He says relations between Washington and Ankara are as bad as they've ever been.
Charging President Erdogan's security team with crimes is going to add another element of tension between the 2 countries. This tension will no doubt be used by the Turkish leadership to advance their own political agenda, which is only going to cause raw feelings here in Washington.
The U.S. and Turkey are already at odds over Kurdish forces fighting in Syria, and the Turks have demanded the U.S. extradite exiled cleric Fethullah Gulen for allegedly organizing last summer's failed coup. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Sreenivasan.